if you have a great idea, share it. The idea of sharing that concept is creativity. And I just really like to make time for those passion projects.
Sure. Well, I like what you were saying before, like create,
Yeah.
if you're going to do it, just do
commit
it.
and create. Yeah, right?
Yeah. I will say that I had a podcast that had about 30 episodes about 6 months before I had this audio branding podcast. And I learned a ton just by starting. Like I just started out of the blue. I didn't even know what the hell I was doing. Like I just started out of the blue. I was like, okay, this podcasting thing, I'm going to figure this out. And I just went and did it.
Yeah,
and it wasn't actually where I ended up because people start asking you to do the things that you talk about in your podcast. And my podcast was just about general wisdom of life experience and stuff. And people started asking me to be a life coach. And the minute that happened, I was like, oh, no.
Yeah.
I got to stop doing this.
Yeah. What are you hearing in that message?
Clearly, this is not what I meant to do. Yes, exactly.
Well, when you're amazing at what you do and you make something unique, successful, I find that people are attracted to those types of leaders to solve any issue. Like they can, they feel like, well, if you're able to create something of nothing in this creative way, then maybe you're the person to. Like, I found that in this world of creating content and going to Podfest and getting to meet people who create content and are coaches and that space that there's something attractive about that success model of being creative, being unique, and how people can apply that skill set to their lives or that want of your skill set to their lives too. So for all y'all creatives out there who can relate to probably like these calls, right, Jodi? Like we get these calls. Gosh, I'm thinking of all my reality TV phone calls that I've gotten. I want to find the right guy, but I'm too busy at work, and I'm just so powerful and rich that I can't find the right wife. And I'm like, is that why you think you can't find love?
Yeah, that's my thought too.
Hi, Patty Stanger. I got one for you. Bravo. Yep, got another one. But you know what? But the times changed actually, and Bravo wouldn't even have that type of person on anymore because that person is fast to move and slow to move and fast to change. I think what makes a great leader now are people who do have the ability to move fast and change slow. That there's a constant evolving need to change, but to be a thought leader, you have to be in the front.
Oh yeah.
You can be a content provider. No offense, MTV, where that kind of got like now, versus when I was there back in the day, where there was leadership and thought leadership and crafting original form. Like we took stories and said, comedies could be 30 minutes. If they're funny, we can show people's funny lives in 30 minutes. If it's serious, if there's a process, we can do 60 minutes. Like these are decisions that those creatives made that still last to this day. Most procedural shows are an hour long. Most comedies are a half hour long, and those comedies are often
with commercials.
Yeah, with commercials. Yeah, of course.
So it ends up being a 44 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, like 42 and I think 44 and 22 and a half minutes, right? There's
something
7
like
and
that,
a half, 8 minutes of commercial and necessary FCC government regulated media that needs to hit.
Yes, isn't that lovely?
But that's that's if you understand that. Especially in America, and if you're getting, your local news piped into you during a national news broadcast, if you're getting your local weather during the Today Show, you understand how there can be a broadcast that is micromanaging the media you're seeing based on the geographic that you're at. So based on the geography of where you sit, you're going to see this feed of media, and we can simply drop into something that's airing nationally. That makes me excited about the RSS. That makes me excited about podcast meets broadcast. I can see a future where there's Bravo FM and it is the 40 podcasts that are independent of Bravo that are supporting all the Bravo content that by the way, probably Bravo advertisers would be happy to sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
Also, probably Bravo is letting those housewives go on those, or pushing those housewives, or directing those housewives to go on those, and those. That's how television, by the way, is able to make one episode of Housewives for 1 hour, and then get an additional 40 hours of audio content, or audio and video content about that actual episode, because of podcasting. So I get excited about where how podcasting can truly support it. I get nervous about video podcasts. Like that's an
Yeah.
excuse. Oh, it's a video
Yeah.
podcast. That just means what? A static camera with a microphone covering my face,
Hmm.
which, like, we just got to be careful about what's valuable to the listener, the audio, the whole
Sure.
experience, right? Coming from,
Yeah.
like, when they thought, like, oh, it's bonus footage, so it can be like the things you didn't think were good enough to be on TV. It's like, why would someone choose to watch
Oh,
that?